Never underestimate the influence you have on others. Laurie Buchanan.
You're listening to the Forging Titans podcast with Dominic Hume.
Hey guys, welcome to episode number 9 of the Forging Titans podcast. This episode is being recorded a little bit late. I have been feeling rather under the weather for the past week or so. As you can hear, it's still in my voice, a little bit fluey, got a cough, but still keeping at it all the same. A few announcements before we start this week's episode. Head to forgingtitans.com/join Team Titans. That's forgingtitans.com/join Team Titans to join our team and receive discounts on supplements and apparel. For more information or to inquire about Forging Titans online coaching package, head to www.forgingtitans.com/ftcoaching. That is www.forgingtitans.com/ftcoaching, and feel free to get in touch. The 30-day Titan Challenge on Instagram has begun. Post a photo of yourself every day for the next 30 days doing your daily Titan Metcon Masters workout. Tag us at Forging Titans, and remember to put the hashtags hashtag 30day Titan, hashtag Titan Metcon Masters, and hashtag Forging Titans. Post a picture of your workouts and your transformation for 30 days straight, and you stand a chance to win one of 10 limited edition Forging Titans Metcon Master t-shirts. For more information about Forging Titans and what we do and where we will be next, head to www.forgingtitans.com. Alright guys, so in this week's episode, I would like to share with you something about influence and speaking with influence. So on Sunday, I watched the movie The King's Speech. I know it's a little bit late. It's an old movie, but I had the time on Sunday, and I caught up with the movie. And what struck me was the importance of speaking and being able to communicate powerfully and influence people through the use of your words. So let's talk about how leaders influence and how leaders use words to influence others. A leader should not only speak to communicate information, per se. A leader should speak to both communicate information and to speak to influence people's interpretation and understanding of that particular information, which is very, very important. You see, communication plays an important role in society, relationships, and business. Taking your time to be an effective speaker can lead to better productivity, understanding, communication, and it also acts as a morale booster in groups and companies. So, to be an effective leader and a mentor or a coach, you must first have a vision or a dream. You got to have a vivid picture of what the future is going to look like or what you would want to shape the future to be. And then you have to communicate that idea you have to others to make them understand and act upon what they envision in their head through your words. So in order for your audience to receive that information powerfully and for it to stick in their mind and for he or she to fully understand, it has to have an impact on their imagination. So, of course, traditional PowerPoints and boring old lectures obviously fail to ignite any sort of imagination. Of course, how many times, have you fallen asleep during a math class or a lecture or any traditional presentation? I can say I have done that many, many times. So there are countless ways you can research and discover on Google, on Yahoo, and there are many points to become more influential or come across more influential. So one of the books I always go back to on influence is one of my most trusted resources and most valued resources by Dale Carnegie. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you have not read the book, go pick it up. That is absolutely my highest recommendation for any book on influence. That's a good foundation to start with. So let's simplify it down for you into 3 steps to almost instantly become more influential towards whoever. All right, so you have to structure your thinking and your words and what you're trying to bring across into these 3 steps. First step, interpret what something means by providing context and understanding. So provide the person you are communicating to a context to their level of understanding that they can easily grasp. Evaluate the situation or the value of the information. So determine worth or value by making judgments based on experience and wisdom. Last but not least, advocate. Create the cause for action. Tell the person what and why should be done. Why should they act upon what you are saying? Why should they take the next step? So you have to come across convincing. Another book on influence that I recommend, or leadership per se, is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. So he says in that book, great companies don't hire skilled people and motivate them. They hire already motivate people and inspire them. So inspiring people and influencing people come together. Believe in what you believe wholeheartedly and bring it across. Communicate it without a doubt. Once you doubt yourself, you cannot come across as a leader with influence at the same time as having doubt. People sense that. People instantly switch off their brains if they sense any sort of doubt in you or in your message that you're trying to communicate. The best way to get your audience to understand and be on the same page or same mind frame as you is to put the information into a context that is easily and captured in their minds. So easily visualized and easily understood by your audience. So, for example, when explaining things to a doctor, use medical terms. Use clinical analogies, refer to maybe any injuries you might know. When trying to explain sort of business concept maybe. When talking to an engineer, use technical analogies. So they can easily get down to that level and they can understand and see what you are seeing, but at their level of understanding, so they will not misunderstand. A person will never understand what you're trying to say if you put it across into something which they cannot grasp, into a context that doesn't match with what they easily understand. So to cap this episode 9 off, before I go and take a rest and my medication, take out your notebook. Back to the famous Titan action points. So here are my tips to help you go out and influence more people and communicate more effectively this week. Number 1, remember, you are the ambassador of your message. Be aware of your image, your personality, your values. People will only receive your message if they feel that they trust you and you guys sort of click. Number 2, use analogies. Bring difficult to explain topics to their level of understanding. Number 3, take a stand and stick with it. Avoid seeming unsure of yourself or questioning what you think. Don't use phrases such as I think or maybe or sometimes. Be sure. Number 4, get straight to the point. Avoid using complex words. Your audience's minds tend to drift if they are bombarded with words or phrases that they don't easily absorb or understand, or they can place into a context which helps them to easily remember what you are saying. Use words which are straightforward and carry the message. Number 5, use stories to engage with your audience. We all love stories since we were kids. Which kid doesn't like stories? And we seem to remember those stories forever. Stories put the message into imagination, into vision, and the moral of the story into a perspective which is easily absorbed by your audience. It becomes engaging and it captures your audience imaginations. Again, it's back to imagination. Ignite their emotions, ignite their thoughts. So let me end with this short passage or story from Dale Carnegie's book. He shares in his book, personally, I am very fond of strawberries and cream, but I have found that for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. So when I went fishing, I didn't think about what I wanted. I thought about what they wanted. I didn't bait the hook with strawberries and cream. Rather, I dangled a worm or grasshopper in front of the fish and said, wouldn't you like to have that? Why not use the same common sense when fishing for people? So guys, I hope you like episode number 9 of the Forging Titans podcast. I had to keep this short. I am still not feeling well, a little bit of a headache. I hope I can get next week's episode out to you and have a little longer chat to you. But so go out this week, influence people, capture your audience, be consistent, train hard. This is Dominic with Forging Titans, and I'll see you in episode 10 next week. Go out and get your Titan Medical Masters done. See ya.
Thank you for listening. For more, subscribe to the Forging Titans podcast.